Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're working on the pirate ship again, and we are getting there, let me tell you. So like the last time that we worked on this, I had the tree done and we worked on this section up here. Since then I've completed pretty much all of this corner down here. I'm working my way over to the ship. So as you can see, I'm kind of going around the ship. I'm going to get to the ship area last, probably. But I figured, you know, we'll work a little bit more on the background. Probably this section here we'll work on today. And but we're getting there. It's looking really good. I know you guys have glare right there, but we're getting there. It's looking really good. The colors are amazing. Like I've said in the past, Diamond Dots has the shiniest drills that I've ever seen. The shiniest drills. So I'm gonna move this back over here, and we're going to zoom in. Like I said, we'll probably work on this section right here. So let's zoom in to this here, like so. And yeah, let's get into it, right? Let me pull my color out. We're gonna do that that slash color right here. I'm using my tweezers again because like I've said in the past, you know, using tweezers with rounds is a little bit more difficult, but I do it so that when I'm doing this on camera for you guys, it focuses more on where I'm placing. You know, it doesn't like overly focus on my hand or whatever, so that you guys can see what I'm doing. It is just tweezers do take you a little bit longer when especially with rounds, because it's a little bit harder to pick them up. But you know, I enjoy working with tweezers actually. But usually when I'm doing this on my own, with no camera, I'm using my pen that I got from Miss Creations by Danny, which is this beautiful pen right here. Is usually what I work with, and that's you know, her pens are amazing. But if I use it while I'm recording, it tends to focus on the pen and my hand rather than the placement of the drills. So I want you guys to be able to see the placement better. I mean, maybe if I was on an angle, like if my camera was not overhead and it was more on an angle, it wouldn't focus on my hand as much. I see other YouTubers do it that way, and it doesn't seem to like focus on their hand as much. But the way that I have my camera is overhead, and you know what, I like it that way. Takes up less space on my desk, and it gives you guys a better view when I do the overhead camera. So I prefer it. But anyway, enough of that. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing okay. My husband and I went a few days ago, went and had our anniversary dinner. I had mentioned that we were going to go to a place called Sim's Steakhouse, and we did. I was kind of bummed because they did not have crab cakes on their menu, but you know, it is getting late in the year, so I understand that. So I got the scallops instead, and it was very good. My husband got a buffalo fillet, which was very, very nice. And yeah, we had a good time. It was a nice restaurant, good atmosphere. Wasn't, overly dressy or anything like that. So I wanted to get a new outfit to wear, but I wound up not getting to the mall to get a new outfit. So, but that's okay, not a big deal. But it was good. We had fun, and then my mother-in-law came over the other day, and whenever she comes over, we just kind of hang out, all of us. So that was nice, because we hadn't seen her in I don't know, a couple of weeks, I think. So it was nice that she came over. We had fun, so that was nice. But yeah, so all is well. I started, I changed, I think I talked about this last time, I changed my schedule at work to where I'm only working part-time now. And so I like that. It's not hurting my body as much, which is nice. I'm still doing overnight, 10 to 6, but the 12 hours, you have this, your mind sometimes tells you, oh yeah, I could do this, and for the most part, you can do anything you want to do, but the older you get, the less your body can take, I guess, maybe. So even though my mind originally was like, oh yeah, I'll be able to do these 12-hour shifts, it's not going to be that big of a deal. After about 4 months of it, my body was like, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that too much. So I went to part-time, which, in all reality, it is going to be a little bit harder on my husband and I, just money-wise. But, I mean, we're still going to make our bills and everything like that. I'm still making enough. I just can't splurge as much on anything, which is fine. I've been doing really good with not buying a whole bunch of stuff anyway. So, and I've never been one that really buys a lot, but I am one of those people that when I want something, I just get it. And now I can't necessarily do that. Now it's more of, I have to pay attention a lot more. Whereas before I was making enough money to where I was just like, yeah, I want that, so I'm going to get it. You know what I mean? And so I just have to keep an eye on things and stuff. So, but it's okay. And I'm really tired, so my voice probably sounds like it. But you guys are probably used to that because I'm usually always tired when I record these things, huh? Why is that not coming out? My tweezer. There we go. You guys are probably really probably used to me sounding tired. I seem to always record these when I'm tired. And maybe it's because I don't record right away. Like I usually am in here diamond painting for a little while before I start to record. And maybe that's why I'm so tired, because I've already been doing it for a little while, I mean, makes sense in my head. It makes sense in my head. Yeah, so the weather's changing. It's getting cooler out. You know, we're getting close to, we're mid-September now, right? So it's getting close to cooler weather, which is nice. Because let me tell you, it was hot there for a little while. And, you know, I don't really like to have the air conditioning on because it tends, my sinuses are dry all the time. My body does not create a lot of, what do you want to call it? I don't know if you want to call it, I guess, moisture, you know? Some people have, like, they produce, like, a lot of tears, or they produce a lot of, like, what's it called? Mucus or whatever. I can't think today. But my body does not produce a lot. So when the air conditioner's on, I got, like, sorry, because I'm paying attention to this, the drill color. So last time I recorded, I think somebody said that they thought that I put the same color down on the canvas because they look the same color, and these are very similar. So if you look at if you look at these two colors, they're very similar when you see this. So this is the color I started out with, and this is the color I'm doing now. But when they're right next to each other on the canvas, they look very similar. And so that's why I kind of got distracted, because I'm like, oh, am I putting the same color down? But I'm not. It is a slightly different color. At least I'm pretty sure it is. It is. Yeah, it is. It's just in this light, it does look the same. So I kind of got a little distracted there. It does look the same, doesn't it? Let me get this other one out real quick. I want to see this together. So let me grab one of these and put it in my tray. Oh yeah, they are pretty much. So I don't know if you can see. I'll hold up my tray so you can see this. So if you look here, this is the color that I was working on just a minute ago. And this is the color that I'm putting down now. So they look almost identical when they're side by side like that. So that was like, it was just kind of throwing me off. I was like, what is this? They are very close in color. Very close in color. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, I don't like the air conditioning on very much because my sinuses are dry all the time. I don't, I rarely ever blow my nose. And when I say rarely ever, I mean I blow my nose usually only after I eat spicy foods. Other than that, sorry, this drill kind of flew. Other than that, I don't need to blow my nose. I don't produce enough moisture to blow my nose. And my sinuses are super, super dry and super, super inflamed all the time, right? Like, get out of my... Sorry, had an issue there. So my sinuses are are always dry and always inflamed, and everything just dries up. So I don't like to use the air conditioning because it really makes my sinuses more dry than they usually are, if that makes sense. So the hot weather, where did that go? The hot weather, sorry, I am not good with my tweezers today. I wasn't good last time either, huh? But having hot weather and having the air conditioning on just gives me headaches. It really hurts my head because my sinuses just get super, super dry, worse than they already are. And so having hot weather and having to have the air on just gives me headaches a lot. So I'm really happy that the air, or that outside it's getting cooler, because we don't have to have the air on and it doesn't bother me as much. I do have, for those of you who might suggest, I do have nasal saline spray that I use to help clean out my nose and stuff like that. That works well for me, but it doesn't keep my nose lubricated. So it helps me clean it out, but it doesn't keep it lubricated. And I do use that to help me, but nothing really. My husband's blowing his nose constantly, and I never do it. I never really had tissues in my house until I met my husband. It was an expense I never really had to worry about, and he goes through tissues a lot. He blows his nose a lot. I know, these random conversations are kind of funny, huh? I just think about weird things, I think, sometimes. But yeah, like my mouth doesn't even produce a lot of spit. That's why when you hear me, I get, my throat gets dry a lot. And I don't drink as much as I should. But like when I talk and I breathe in, I take a breath to, like right before I speak. I don't know why my mouth just whistled there. But when I take a breath, sometimes I'll start coughing before I start to talk, because my throat is just so dry all the time. And it doesn't matter how much I drink, to tell you the truth. I mean, I definitely should be drinking more than what I do, but I don't. It doesn't, like, I don't know. I don't drink as much as I should. I don't know why that is. I get distracted, I guess, maybe, and just don't think about drinking. There's times when I don't think about eating, and I'll go and my body will start getting, like, I'll start getting nauseous and stuff because I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to eat. And I don't know how normal that is. It's normal for me, but it is kind of weird, because I am overweight, and it's just kind of funny that it's like I'll forget to eat. But I think I was reading on that, and I think it's because my body, I really only eat like maybe once a day. So I think my body just stores all of the stuff I give it, because it doesn't know when it's going to eat again. You know what I mean? I was reading up on that. Ideally, you want to eat multiple times throughout the day, you know, even snacks and stuff like that. And I just don't. I don't know how people can do that. Because you're doing stuff, you know what I mean? Like how can people, I don't know. I just don't get it. But that's just me, I guess. There's a lot of things about life, about the so-called rules of life that don't make sense to me or don't necessarily fit me. But, you know, and that whole thing, I think it was like something like it takes 2 weeks to form a habit. I'm like, how is that possible? Because I'll do something for 2 weeks and then never want to do it again. So how is that like exercise or whatever, you know, the stuff that you're supposed to, you know, have healthy habits for. I'll try, and then I'm like, no, just don't want to do it. Like, that's my biggest thing, is trying to get in the habit of doing things when the habit never gets built. Because I don't know where these doctors come up with these things that say, you know, it takes this long for your body to do this or whatever. I don't get it. Like, who are they talking to? Like, what studies are they doing that makes that, like, you know what I mean? Because if I exercise for 2 weeks in a row, and then try and take a break, I never start up again. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something like I feel that I need to do. And they're saying a habit is built in that day. Like, and maybe my perception of a habit is wrong. You know, maybe the perception or the definition in my head is wrong, because, you know, I feel like if something's a habit, it's something that you automatically do, you know? Like, you know, I smoke as well. I have I go between smoking and vaping. And it's like, but that's an addiction habit, right? So that's something in my body that is saying, hey, your body wants this, go do this now, right? So why is it that when it's a healthy thing, supposed to be a healthy thing, that your body doesn't do that? Or at least not that I can tell. Like, my body doesn't say, oh, you need to exercise today, so do this, you know, and then you just have that absolute need to do it. My body doesn't do that. Maybe I'm just misreading signs. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm just misreading signals that my body is giving off. Maybe that's what it is. And I just need to figure out how to read my own body, to listen to my own body. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe after 51 years, I still have no clue what my body wants. That's probably it. That makes more sense. That makes way more sense, right? That I just have no clue what my body wants. Probably, yeah. That makes more sense. It's not that I don't know what to do, it's that I don't know what my body wants. So as you can see, I switched over to yet another color. we're not going to fit, this is a big section, and we're not going to finish this whole big section right now. I don't think. Unless I got out my pen and did it that way, I'd be able to do it a little bit faster, but we're just kind of working on this together, having a good day, right? I got, after I get done recording this, I have to edit it real quick and then get ready to go to work. I'm telling you, my husband and I have been playing that new game I told you that was coming out, Starfield. You know, it's been out for what, like 2 weeks now or whatever it is. And we are constantly playing that game. Like, I think I played it all day yesterday. I didn't do anything else all day yesterday, outside of sleep. All day yesterday. It's just a cool game, you know, because you have all these different factions that you can join. You know, you have the one main quest line, but then you have different factions that you can join where you have like all these quests that can go through that. And it's like, so my husband and I have created multiple characters where we're doing what we call runs through the different factions with each character, you know what I mean? I think I know which one I like the best, but we'll see. But I'm having a blast. My husband and I are having a blast. There's, since it is Starfield, since it is in space, you have, you know, ships, spaceships and stuff, you know, that you can build and modify. And, you know, the way that my husband and I play, you get into that part of the game and you're modifying and building a ship for, gosh, it could take you a couple hours just to get a ship the way you want it. And then you wind up flying it around for a little bit, and then you're like, oh, I wish I should have done this, or, you know, let me go back to the dock and fix this up and stuff like that. So we're having a blast playing it. It's such a fun game. But, you know, I knew it would be, because Bethesda decided that they, you know, that game was supposed to come out a while ago, and they kept pushing back the release date on it because they wanted to make sure that it was a complete game before releasing it. I don't know how much, I know a lot of my viewers are older, so I don't know how many of you guys play games. I know some of you guys do, so some of you guys might know what I'm talking about, but there was a game that came out a few years ago that was supposed to be like the biggest game of the year or whatever it was, and they, instead of making sure that the game was complete and worked properly, they didn't want to push back the deadline. So when they released it, it was almost an utter mess, which was really sad, because it had, the game was cyberpunk, and, you know, it has Keanu Reeves, his likeness and his voice in it, to, you know, try and make the game be all cool and stuff like that, like, you know, and they had this whole big thing planned for it, and unfortunately on launch it came out and it was just not what it was hyped up to be. It's not that it's a bad game, it's just that it was so incomplete when it came out that it got a lot of backlash, a lot of hate in the gaming community. So with that, seeing that, Bethesda, who made this game, Starfield, Bethesda said, you know what, we're not going to make that same mistake. We're going to make sure, we'd rather push the deadline back, the release date back, and come out with a complete game instead of hitting the release date and having, you know, people talk crap about it, right? So I'm really, really glad that they did, because Bethesda is a company that has produced two like game series, we'll say, that are like the most played, most famous, most loved games out there. One is Skyrim and one is Fallout, the Fallout series. And so it's been quite some time since they've put out a new game, and if they would have put it out, if they would have released it before it was in the state that it is in now, which is a really good state, they would have gotten some serious backlash, and the community is not a nice community. You know, the gaming community is a very can be very mean, and they, you know, they're elitists in a sense. And so if a company doesn't produce on their promises of a great game, they really get it handed to them. So I'm super happy that Bethesda waited, because the game is, I love it. The game is really, really well done, and I'm super excited to play it. It's super fun. Super, super fun. Alright, so I cleaned my tray out of drills, which is nice, because I think we're going to cut it there. So, because we're already at like 30 minutes or so. So basically what we did was we did this section in here. And yes, I used two different colors in this peachy section. It's very hard to tell on camera, but there is a slight difference. That's why I showed you the drills, because it does look like I put the same color in there. And then we did a little bit of this orangey peach color here. We're going to zoom back out, and you'll see a little bit of a glare until I move this plastic. But so we're going to, you know, I'm going to keep working on this section down here, and then I'm going to fill out this section up here before we move on to the ship. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys joined me for this. Leave a like, leave a comment. You know how much I love the comments on these, and whenever you do leave a comment, I try to get back to you within a week. So, yeah, keep the comments coming. If you are a subscriber, thank you so very much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. Hit that bell button down there, and that will give you a notification every time my videos go live, or when a video goes live. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. It really does help my channel out a lot. We are still working our way to 400 subscribers. You know, the first big milestone is 500 subscribers, and so we're getting closer. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you for stopping by, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.